Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing great. Now today's topic is a topic which has actually shaken the whole fashion industry. So listen to it carefully. Now in 2010, Zara came to India, and after 5 years, H&M also came. Now these two brands single-handedly have changed the whole context of Indian fashion design industry. Their whole method of trendy fashion and cheap prices actually challenged the way traditionally all the fashion brands were operating in India. And finally, everybody was pressurized to revamp this business strategy. Today, if we really scan our wardrobes, we will understand that these companies have become such an integral, strong part of our daily lives. And recently, I was reading an article where it said that the H&M company itself is providing 12 lakh executive level jobs in the whole world and 16 lakh jobs for factory workers, and most of them are women. Now reading that, I got to realize that these companies have also become a very strong part of our country's economy too. Even when they are such big socio-economical partner of our countries, they still have a dark side. Now both these companies carry the burden of making fashion industry as one of the second most polluting industry in the whole world. I know enough has been said about the environmental hazard that these fast fashion companies are doing. But today, as modern consumer is becoming more and more aware of their deadly supply chains which are causing hazardous impact on our environment, and we are still tempted by the cheap, quick, trendy fashion that they offer, it also always feels like we are playing with a double-edged sword. And as a fast fashion consumer myself, I always feel stuck in this awkwardly confusing situation where I feel a sense of guilt in buying these products, but they are super cool. So I really wanted to discover that what should be my ideal mindset towards these fast fashion brands, and if there is any way by which we can get out of this cradle of death that we have all created. In the search of this answer, I got extremely lucky and I met a global environmental activist. This activist is also a recipient of an alternative Nobel Prize and referred to as the Gandhi of Grain. So I met the Dr. Vandana Shiva. Dr. Vandana, a huge welcome on this channel. And I'm so honored to just have this opportunity to talk to you on this topic on which you are working for so long.
Well, fast fashion is globalized, a handful of brands who all get production in the same slave factories. Then they put their logos and their labels, but it's the same slave factories. They are not sustainable because even when they sell cotton, probably it's 5% cotton, and the rest is synthetic fabrics, which are then creating microplastics and destroying sea life. Fast fashion is not sustainable because it's not socially just. And any system that is not socially just will never sustain itself. And if you would ask me, fast fashion is not sustainable because it does not feed the aesthetic quality. Just like fast food doesn't provide the health quality of food. But the fourth really non-sustainable aspect of fast fashion. First, they started to push fashion for a year. Then they pushed fashion for a season. And now they would actually like throwaway fashion, that a dress is supposed to be only worn once and then thrown away. And in Chile, you have mountains of clothing. You have mountains of clothing everywhere. And wasted clothing is a big part of the pollution problem. The fast fashion is based on slavery of producers of fiber. For example, I have witnessed what happens with cotton. We had certification for organic cotton, and it was a very stable certification. And fast fashion got together to make it better cotton, which means it doesn't have to be organic, and they use BT cotton. I work in the areas where the BT cotton is cultivated because 400,000 farmers of India have committed suicide. 85% are in the cotton belt. 95% of the cotton is BT cotton. So anyone in fast fashion, who's looking at profits alone, doesn't care about what's happening to the farmer. It's a slave system for the real workers in those slave factories in Bangladesh, in Pakistan. And the fact that that clothing becomes cheap is because the real worker is not paid a fair wage or a social security of any kind. Otherwise, fast fashion would be producing where they come from. They'd be producing in Europe and not going to Bangladesh. It's a new form of colonialism. I think one reason fast fashion and fast food have become so appealing to the younger generation is because of advertising, nothing more than that. And advertising is also a negative advertising against the indigenous. Look down on your own desi food, look down on your desi clothing, and young people feel inferior if they wear indigenous clothing. Young people feel inferior if they actually have a paratha rather than a burger. So it's this is a colonizing of the mind through advertising. And then of course they have huge lobby power. They shift policy to shift the subsidies to them. They shift promotion of all kind, and all that joins together to be a dominant economy, but even though it is not worth of dominating.
So, ma'am, is there any way out of this system? Because it is taking over.
Well, the way out of any system has to be both solidarity to the real authentic producers, pride in your culture, and awareness of sustainability. And when enough of those concerns converge, then you get the freedom.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for enlightening us with your electrifying, thought-provoking ideas. So before concluding this video, I want to invite all of you who want to learn fashion design. You can come on my website called gauravmandaldesign, where I am providing you international level design courses, and you're also going to get fashion design books as huge discounted prices. So I'll be seeing you soon again.